American Football Institute sports channel with former National Football League defensive tackle and now an NFL consultant, Chris Mamalanga.
Welcome to the American Football Institute. My name is Chris Mamalanga. I'm the founder and CEO of this institute, and I'm super excited tonight. As the introduction did mention, I'm a former NFL player, also a former collegiate NCAA Division I player as well, and been a coach for over a decade. And now we're super excited to continue to sow into people who are passionate about American football. Tonight we have a very special guest originally from Samoa, but raised in Melbourne, Australia. I know I said Melbourne wrong. I know Australians look at me crazy when I say Melbourne, because that's not how they say it. But please welcome none other than Junior Taase, currently a student at Aquinas High School in San Bernardino, California. How you doing, Junior?
I'm doing good, Chris. Great to be on the show.
Thank you for making time. I know you're finishing up your studies prior to heading out to the beautiful islands of Hawaii, to the University of Hawaii, but I don't want to steal your thunder. Here at the American Football Institute, we're definitely loving to share, your stories and kind of your journey in partnering with the American Football Institute and Conquest Fitness with our brother Dave in Melbourne.
Yep.
And before we get started, Junior, please give our audience an opportunity to share a little bit about yourself, your family upbringing, your background, your culture, heritage. Can you give us a quick intro about who you are as a person and as a part of your family?
Yeah. So, I was born from two great, loving parents. I love them to death. I'm a second child. There's
Feel
four
free
of
to
us.
share their names as well. I mean, they
Oh yeah,
they played a big part in your life.
yeah. My dad, Ngoka. My name is not just Junior Taase. I'm named after him. So Ngoka Junior Taase. He's actually named after a fence that separated our family lands in Ngangifo Levao Lefanga. So a bit of history to that. My mom, Bo Taase from Mulifangua. She's a proud Boru lady. And then my siblings who, we may fuss and fight a lot, but the moment that it comes down to where my loyalty lies, it's I always back my siblings and my older sister, the oldest, Fainga. She's like the older brother that I never had because she could when it comes time for business, man, she could get it done. So then me after my older sister, so I'm just the middle child, so I was always the one that they picked on.
Right.
My little brother Thomas, and then my little sister Pepe. So not your typical 20 kid family, Polynesian family, but four of us made great memories along the way.
That's awesome, man. When you say village, you mean village in what island?
Oh, in Upolu Samoa, so I know most of the people in the mainland, they tend to think American Samoa, but where I'm from, majority of the people are from the Western Samoan area.
Got it. And then you, obviously, when we met here at the American Football
Yeah,
Institute and through your trainer, Dave, over at Conquest Fitness, Dave Tuinavai, when we were introduced to each other, you actually didn't come from Samoa, although that's where your roots are from. You actually
yeah.
came over from, talk to us about where you came over from.
Oh, yeah. So my parents, they were born and raised in Samoa, the islands. Um, they actually met in New Zealand when that's when the trend was going, when everyone was going to outside lands like Australia and New Zealand. Some ended up in Hawaii. That's what that time when everyone wanted to get out of the island and seek a better opportunity for not just themselves. They wanted to make a better life for their future kids and the generation that's gonna carry on their name. So yeah, my parents met in New Zealand, 1999. They got married. My sister was born. '03 I came along, and '08 the other two. So yeah, fortunate to be born in Middlemore Hospital. I'm in New Zealand, South Auckland, one of the roughest areas to grow up, especially in Otara. But
Oh, so you weren't actually born in Australia. You were born in New Zealand.
yeah, I was born in New Zealand. Um, when I was 8, 9ish years old, then my family moved to Melbourne. So
Got you. Got you. I didn't know that, so that's
yeah,
good to know. Well, Junior, usually typically we have a few questions for you, and the questions
yep,
will be posted up not only for yourself to see, but also for our audience. And I'll just get to it. Um, you've kind of shared a little bit about your family background already, where you grew up and your family. Can you kind of share with us kind of your upbringing there in Melbourne, Australia, like kind of what part of Melbourne you're from and things like that
yep.
prior to coming over to the US?
So right before high school, so like grades 5, 6, 7, 8. My parents wanted me to get out of South Auckland, and so they moved my whole family. My sister was in high school at the time too, so they thought that it was better to move to Melbourne, Australia, and
Hmm.
then yeah, we moved there for a better lifestyle, and then um, everyone thinks it's all roses and just straight a line, but we had to go through the struggle. I always saw my dad wake up 4 a.m. Every day trying to like provide for us. And he only said, the one thing he said was, his only regret was he didn't finish high school, and that's what he pushes onto us, his kids, especially me and my cousin Joe. He always talks about, if he didn't get if he had an education, he would be working totally different job, but because of his lack of education, he says he's slaving himself. So, um, yeah, that's one of the big factors why going to college was special for me.
That's
And
awesome.
my
And
mom,
what part of Melbourne, Australia did you grow up?
Broad Meadows, so the north side of Melbourne.
North side.
Yeah,
Nice. Man, I love hearing your story and didn't
yeah,
realize that you were actually have Kiwi roots, even though you're raised in Australia. That's pretty cool, man. And now you're a Cali boy, at least for the
yeah.
last 3 years, at least.
Oh
So
yeah, no, every touchdown, you hear West Side Long Beach once in a while. So it's
yeah, talk about that. You
fun.
have family on the west side of Long Beach, California.
Yep.
Who stays there? What family of yours is in Long Beach, California?
So my auntie, my dad's older sister, she's like the the captain of the family. Everyone calls to Long Beach for family emergencies, and it's her phone. They always ring, and that's where I always go for breaks. So if you don't see me anywhere at school, then just go to aunt's house, and I'll be in the garage.
Nice. Oh, you were fortunate to have family not
Yeah.
too far from San Bernardino over there in Long
Hmm.
Beach, and that was certainly a blessing. Let's go on to the next question, Junior, real quick. Who influenced you to play American football, and what made you decide that you wanted to play internationally, coming here to the States and aim to play pro one day?
Um, I'd say Joe Taase, my brother, or my cousin. We grew up together. We actually lived you know we're on neighbor streets. So he lived the next street over in New Zealand growing up. So all my life it was just me and Joe and his brothers, and we all grew up together. We were like a little brotherhood. And I remember the day he left, my whole family had a little gathering, having a farewell. We had a talk, and um, yeah, he was just telling me, man, just go to Dave, go to Dave. And at the time, I was like, why the hell would I want to go to Dave if I'm just Sale Rowan? He's like, just go to Dave. You got the body. You're big. You can run. I'm telling you, these coaches will love you. I was like, nah, I'm good. And he just over like 2 years, he was like, yeah, come. I was like, yeah, I'm coming, but never came. And then there's one time I was like, yeah, I just tell my dad and talk to Dave, mainly just to shut up Joe, to stop annoying me. But um, yeah, the day that went to Dave, everything changed.
What's interesting, Junior, is you actually have a relative that I played with in
Yeah.
hula bowl, and can talk about that. I had no idea you were related to Taase Faumui from the
Yep.
University of Hawaii. Can you kind of talk a little bit about your relationship with? Is he your cousin, your uncle?
Oh yeah, he's first cousins of my old man, so he's
Nice.
my first
I tell you
my
what,
uncle.
Tasse was a heck of a player. He was drafted actually by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the third
Yeah, I
round,
heard. Yeah,
1994.
yeah.
Heck of a player.
Went to my visit at Hawaii, and that's all I heard. Yeah.
Right. Of
Your
course
uncle
they're
this,
gonna
your uncle that, and I was like, yeah, okay, thank you.
of course they're gonna remind you that your uncle went to that
Yeah,
school, right? That's awesome, man. I haven't talked to Tasse in years, and just knowing that it's in
yeah,
your blood, in your bloodline, that you have some great genes and
yeah.
some big shoes to fill over there at the
Oh
University of
yeah,
Hawaii. Let's go on
and
to our
yeah.
next question, Junior, real quick. What are your preparations before you're applying for a full athletic scholarship in the U.S.? Can you talk to us about that process, Junior? Kind of how you became qualified and how you were recruited to Hawaii, and can you kind of share that part of your journey with us, please?
My recruitment, um,
Yeah.
yeah, my recruitment was slow. Um, yeah, I didn't really focus on going to places. And at the time, I was just focused on, what can I do to make the community and make Aquinas a better place. And um, I just stayed down, just paid my dues every day. I came in to practice. One of our saying is love Jesus, work hard, treat people right. You can't lose at Aquinas. And you know, I just I remember when my San Diego State offer was had to get pulled off because the recruitment class was full. And they didn't bother me because there's something inside telling me that everything's gonna be fine. And then I think towards the end of the my senior season, Hawaii came in and we were talking here and there, but they weren't really like showing any like love that they're gonna pull the trigger and offer. So um, once they once the online coach told me, and I was like, yeah, now I think this is the one. Like, cause man, all you really need is one. You don't need 50 opportunity. You just need that one opportunity, and what you do with it is it's solely your fault if you fail.
Well, definitely, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Um, you had tremendous resilience and tremendous patience in your process,
Yeah.
and being a witness to how hard you worked and how focused you became. Truly was a pleasure to witness, Junior. So kudos to you,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
We'll go on
thank
to the next question now. How did you earn a full athletic scholarship to the University of Hawaii? So, you kind of shared with us a little bit about how you were being recruited and San Diego State decided to pull their offer, and, how did that all come about, and how did you decide on the University of Hawaii?
you. So the only reason why I was signed to Hawaii, mind you, like this time that coaching drama was going on, and
Yeah,
yeah,
with the coach,
yeah,
the previous coach
yeah,
ended up resigning, huh?
yeah. There was all that drama going on leading into me signing, and I had people in my ear saying, "Man, don't sign. Like, you got you. There's more time. We can look at other schools." And I just told him, "Man, I'm not gonna play rock roulette with my future right now. So, this is an opportunity, and you know, if if I'm gonna go with no regrets, because if I hold back right now, then you know, might as well just book my flight back home to Australia and work right next to my dad. So, um, it's faith plays a big part of it, and if your faith is strong and you know who you are, um, you can go a long way if you know just who you are. So,
That's awesome, Junior. And you bring up a good point. A lot of kids nowadays are offer chasing, posting it on IG and posting it on Twitter. And, at the end of the day, regardless if you have one offer or 50 offers, you can only sign one letter of
yeah,
intent, right? And
yes, sir.
was blessed to witness that on your signing day. And it's been, like I said, it's been truly a pleasure to watch you grind it out, to have patience, to have
Yeah,
major, major faith. And I'm sure you're making your family proud, as
yeah,
well as your village back in Samoa and the village back in Melbourne and South Auckland are all
yeah.
going to be proud of. What I'm looking forward, Junior? I'm looking forward to when Hawaii plays San Diego State.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to see. I want to see what kind of action you're going to bring to the table for San Diego State since they
yeah.
decided to pull that offer. So good stuff, man. Let's go on to our next question, Junior. How do you maintain the balance between your practices in the field and your academics, as well as your social life? How do you kind of manage your time that way, Junior? Because it's such a busy schedule. You're training, you're practicing, you got classes, then you have very little time for social life. How did you balance that out coming from Australia and being thrown into the fire, so to speak, to be able to get ready for your American football journey?
Um, yeah. So getting ready to even come to play high school football. Victor, Dave, he did a great job. Just keeping me busy. I think throughout the process, he made me come in twice. And there's even times he made me clean. Scrub down his mirrors and vacuum his whole gym. Um, I was like, "What's this? What's this workout?" And he said, "You're just, learning how to clean. When you go out there, you live by yourself." And yeah, so nah. But when I came out here, it just, being busy with Dave is just made me so used to, just the work schedule. It's so
I'm
filling.
sure
It's so demanding. But
I'm
yeah,
sure growing up in a Samoan household, you had plenty of chores and fouls to
yeah,
take care of at home as well, right?
yeah. So, you know, everyone looks forward to holidays, but as a Polynesian kid, you know that you're not going anywhere. You just wake up to the poly music going off, and you know it's time to find something to clean. So,
Right on, right on. All right, man. Let's go on to our next question here, real quick. How did the American Football Institute um, assist you or help you in to pursue your dream of playing football here in the U.S.? Of course, when
um,
we're talking about the American Football Institute, you're talking about
yeah,
none other than myself and our team. And
yeah. Honestly, it's been a blessing to be honest, because I never thought that I would be out here now. I think the biggest challenge for any kid that's pursuing to do something big is finding a pathway, and I'm glad that I've helped set a pathway for kids that come from like similar backgrounds as me. And yeah, that's just the main that's my dream, to like give other kids like the opportunity, and they set the standard, people my age, or the people I knew I grew up with, and like, see, if he could do it, why can't I? And that's the beauty of everything. Um, Once you make it, you can either take everyone with you, or um, be a normal person and just be yourself.
that's awesome. You had mentioned previously about your cousin Joe, and of course, Joe came through the similar pathway, different
Yeah,
schools, but similar pathway. I understand Joe has got a Division I offer as well. Can you talk a little bit
Yeah,
about, two cousins? What's the chances of two cousins coming to
yeah,
the States to the same program and both earning
yeah,
Division I scholarships? And I know for you, you got it right out of high school. With Joe, he came a little bit later in
yeah,
age, so he had to go through the junior college route. But I'm so proud of Joe. We're looking forward to
yeah,
having Joe on here to talk about his journey as well. But can you kind of share how exciting that might be? I mean, two first cousins
yeah,
coming on with the American Football Institute and both earning Division I scholarship. How cool is that?
yeah. Honestly, it's that's the perfect question to ask our dads, because honestly, if they didn't make the sacrifice first to move out of the islands, we would have never had this opportunity. I'm so proud of my brother Joe. Our dads are first cousins, but we're like brothers. Been through it all together. He's seen me and my dad. Uh, you know, seen my dad, discipline me a few times, and um, yeah, Joe. He took the hard way. You know, took the hard way to get to where he is now. But he's just those type of guys where he just says nothing, and he's just always working. He's like a little ant that just, we'd be at our auntie's garage, and I wake up and Joe's next to me. He's like busting push-ups in the garage. And I was like, oh, is that what we're doing right now? So, you know, just the way he works, and um, he really adapted to that military mindset he went to. So, seeing him change and mature is one of the biggest blessings anyone could see.
Joe is one of my favorite guys, and
Yeah,
I tell you what, I mean, you guys, although you guys are related, he's got his own personality, his own
uh-huh.
journey, and I look forward to spending some time with Joe here pretty soon before he heads over to what did he sign again? Was it
Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech, La Tech?
Yeah, La
That's right,
Tech.
La Tech over in Louisiana. I'm sure you guys are
Yeah.
gonna be visiting each other. You're gonna want to go eat some of that Bayou Cajun Louisiana
Oh yeah.
food, and he's
Well,
probably gonna.
just our boys, our group chat. We always like, oh man, I can't wait to play La Tech in a bowl game, or can't wait to see you in a yeah. So I'm praying NCAA makes us play each other, and that'll be a dream come true. But I'm just hoping one day down the line, we get to put on the same jersey and play next to each other.
Wow, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah,
Well, I know you've got some time restrictions as well, so we'll keep
yeah,
him pushing forward with our next question, Junior. Junior, listen. Typically, at the end of our shows, we love to get to know you and kind of share your journey with us. But can you give us and our audience and maybe potential kids from Melbourne or even South Auckland, where you come from, or Samoa, three tips of advice for aspiring football players? Kind of your big three wanting to succeed in American football on a similar journey like yourself. Give us three of those big three tips that you would say with your journey of success.
um, first tip. I wish someone told me before I came. I was a little 15-year-old when I came out. But the friends you have back home, you know, they're not gonna be there for you like they are every day you have right now. So, um, you're not gonna talk to your day ones or everyone, as much as you used to, and it's a big culture shock when you move out. Um, it, yeah, just tip number one is don't be discouraged when you don't talk to your people in your comfort zone. Um, second tip is uh, get comfortable being uncomfortable. You know, every time I'm working out, my first summer with Coach Bruzik, he pulled me through the ringer, man. I had to grind throughout the summer. He put me in uncomfortable, and he challenged me in uncomfortable positions. And um, when I go on the field and I'm faced with that type of adversity, and yeah, you could be like, oh, I've seen this before. And the second tip is Oh, the last one is just have fun. You know, you only live once. You only get this opportunity once. Enjoy it. Because once it's time to hang up the boots, you'll be looking back at memories, and hopefully it's not regrets, just good memories.
That's awesome, Junior. Look, we're very thankful that you were able to squeeze us into your schedule. I know you have a busy schedule in preparation. Congratulations, Junior, on earning a full athletic scholarship. Can you kind of share with the audience, some of your family may be watching in Melbourne or even in Samoa. What does the scholarship cover? I mean, I mean, does your parents have to pay anything? I mean, I know the answer to it, but maybe somebody watching may not know the answer on what you get as a full scholarship athlete
Yeah.
to a Division 1 university.
Oh yeah. Just to clarify for all my uncles and aunties back home in Samoa, it's just a scholarship. It's not a contract. Please stop trying to call me for money. Uh, Once I do make it, I promise I'll buy you guys. I'll do whatever for you guys. But um, for now, it's just a scholarship day. You know, dorms, whatever I need. Schooling. That was a big part of it. Um, just everything that I need for school and just education. Trying to getting that degree um is second to none, and that'll probably be the biggest achievement. When I graduate with that degree, just look over the stage and see my parents, and telling them, all those years of you guys missing out on the sun, it's worth it.
Man, it's awesome, man. I'm sure there's a lot of parents out there who would like for their kids to earn a full
Yeah.
scholarship in American football. And listening to your journey, can you kind of give us an idea of what's your size? Like, how big are you? What's your height and weight?
So I'm like 6'5", 350 right now. Um,
6'5", 350
yeah.
pounds. Wow, that's uh,
Before
that's that's
college.
no small. That's not a
Nah.
small human there. That's a very large
Yeah.
human being that University of Hawaii is going to get.
Yeah. Now I remember
And
when
what
I
and what position will you be playing at University of Hawaii?
tackle guard, offensive tackle.
Offensive line.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I like to tell our Polynesian brothers that offensive line is a natural position for us
Yeah.
because we like to protect our families, just like we're going to protect the
Yeah.
quarterback and the running back. So look forward to you protecting the quarterback. And how did it feel to
Yeah.
have Timmy Chang as your new head coach?
Ah, it feels great to have a local, just having a kid that grew up in the backyard of Hawaii to come back and lead. It brings excitement, it brings joy, and
Absolutely.
yeah, can't wait to get out there in June and see how it goes.
I tell you what, I'm excited about Timmy Chang.
Yeah.
He was one of the few Asian Americans, Pacific Islander Americans out of the state of Hawaii to really make some noise at the quarterback
Yeah.
position. And he broke so many records, and I'll never forget first watching him with that quick release. And I
Yeah.
truly am excited, and I'm optimistic about University of Hawaii and how aggressive they are with their
Yeah.
recruiting. And so I'm excited for you, Junior. It's a big deal. Scholarships here in the U.S., although you don't get a paycheck, they
No.
cover all your expenses, and
Yeah.
they pay for your food, they pay for your schooling, your tuition, they pay for your books and all your training. And that value in the U.S. in U.S. dollars ranges from 150,000 to 300,
Yeah.
$400,000 in value of that scholarship. So although you're not going to get 400,000, you're going to get $400,000 worth of training and education so
Uh-huh.
that you can go out and hopefully make more money. You follow me?
Yeah. No, I'm
That's
very
awesome,
excited for.
Junior.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the future too. I'm a Qantas boy. All we do is run the ball, and I'm pretty excited to see what I could do in the offense full of passing.
Well, definitely you're going to learn how to pass
Yeah.
block for sure, and
Yeah.
vertical set and kick slide and
Yeah.
all those techniques they're gonna teach you. But thankfully
Yeah.
you're a great athlete. You're going to make
Yeah.
the adjustments. Any closing words you want to share with our audience about yourself, whether it's personally or with the family? Any closing words for us here at the American Football Institute, Junior?
Just all you athletes who are just really thinking about coming and making the move, just like I said, just do it. And no one's gonna believe in you. No one's gonna understand what you're gonna do. Even to this day, my parents didn't understand the value of what that full scholarship is. So don't be afraid to, if you already know what you're doing. As long as you're grinding and you're putting the work, you'll be good. And to all your parents, just don't let pride or anything else prevent your kid from doing this. My dad could have easily said, "Nah, you're staying. You're this, you're that." But he rolled the dice exactly like how I did, and all paid off. So just roll the dice.
That's awesome, Junior. Listen, Junior, thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for
Nah, you good.
not only your time tonight, but thank you for representing Samoa, for
Yeah.
representing South Auckland, and representing North Melbourne. Did I say that right? Melbourne or Melbourne?
All right, say what. Chris, this is your show, man. Whatever you want.
Well, I noticed that your Australian accent is starting to slip a little bit. Do you get a hard time with that back home?
Yeah, yeah, they just giving me a hard time every day. For some of my relatives just to call me and just to say that I lost my accent.
Well, the accent you're going to have now is the accent of, you know, uh, out there pancaking people on the football field, and
Oh
that's going
yeah,
to be the only accent that matters when
yep,
it's all said and done, right, Junior?
yep.
Hey, do me a favor, Junior. Make sure you pass the word around about the American Football Institute. We're on
Yep.
YouTube, on Facebook. Have a good night and continue
You
to
too, coach.
grind and prepare for your trip to Oahu. I'm going to be visiting you, Junior. So
Oh
don't
yeah,
forget,
just let me know.
we're gonna we're gonna be hitting rainbows. We're gonna be hitting zippies, all the
Yeah,
local spots over there at
yeah.
in Oahu, man. It's definitely an awesome place to get your degree and
hmm
um, and to go to that next step in your American football journey. Thank you very much, Junior.
Appreciate it, Chris. Offers.
Hey, talofa and ofatu and alofa atu and peace out.
All right, Chris.